Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Sparkle Radio. I'm so excited to have our very special guest here today, Alionka Polanco, a dear friend of mine. And Alionka is an inspirational speaker, personal life coach for female leaders who want to change the world through their brilliance. Through her live events, coaching packages, and virtual training programs, Alionka lives to inspire you to live the life of your dreams so you can make a tremendous impact in the world. Alionka is a dream accelerator and a possibility seer. She is obsessed with helping people create a life of their dreams. She knows that we are all put on this earth to be happy, and she's on a mission to fulfill that reality. Welcome, Alionka. So happy to have you.
Thank you so much for having me, Haley. I'm so excited and grateful to be here.
It's always a pleasure to visit with you, sweet friend. So I would love for you to answer just the first kind of standard question that I only ask the same question to everybody, this one, and that is, what makes your soul sparkle and what lights you up from the inside out?
So I think this answer changes for me right through the seasons, but right now I got a puppy 6 months ago, and I was not a dog person. I was not really a pet person before him, Buster, but he has just really shifted my mindset because just watching him play, he's so present to exactly what's happening, and he's so curious about what's going on, and it's just like a daily reminder that life is happening right now, like right this very instance. So having that, he's like an example, he's like a role model for me. And that really is lighting me up. Another thing is that my work is lighting me up, and I'm really lucky that I found what I'm really passionate about, and I've been able to make a career out of it. But just recently I wrote a book called Beyond Profits, and I dedicated this book to the first CEO who ever hired me. And I wrote to her in the dedication that our work impacted me as much as it impacted her, and that I was so grateful for the time that we had together. And working with a woman CEO. I love women. I'm about women, and I think that the world is going to be healed on a really massive level as women step more and more into their power. So my work with my clients really lights me up. And I think those are the two really big things right now.
I love it. I love how you talk about women stepping into their power, right? Becoming who they were born to be, and to do the work that they were born to do in the world. Do you feel like there was so tell me, I would love to hear about kind of your path to how you got to where you're doing this work in the world. Like, have you always known this is what you wanted to do? Was there a time when you were struggling to find your way? And was there something specific that maybe happened or shifted for you that you were able to redirect and get yourself on this path that you've created for yourself in this way?
Yeah, that's a great question. No, I always knew that I wanted to help people. Like, just from a young age, I was the nice sister. I have two other sisters, and I was the nice one. So I always knew that I just love to help people. But that obviously can look like 1,000,001 different careers. And I guess there were really two defining moments for me. And one was actually in high school. So I was a super high achieving kind of person, president of my class, editor of the yearbook. I was in the acting club. I played sports. I was on the debate team. Like, you name it, I was doing it. All with the focus of, I want to get into a great college so that I can have a great career. That was my focus as a teenager. And my junior year, I was president of my class, and I was up for re-election, and I lost the election. And I was so upset about it. Like, crying. I remember I had play practice after losing this election, and it wasn't a sad show, but I was just crying the entire rehearsal, and I was so hurt. And I went home that night. I remember this so clearly. I was just journaling, like, why am I so upset? What does this mean? Like, who am I now? Very insightful for a 17-year-old.
Totally.
But I came to the conclusion that part of what hurt so much was that being president was like this label that didn't actually mean that much to me, and that it was just something that I had been doing because I thought it's what I had to do to get to the goal. And so at the age of 17, I made a promise to myself that I would never again do anything that I didn't love. And that was like the first, any decision I ever made, like that's colored my life now for the last 10 years. Do I love this? Who am I doing this for? Is this for me or is this for someone else? So that was like the first defining moment. And then I kind of had a miracle happen the next year, and I was awarded the Gates Millennium Scholarship. So Bill and Melinda Gates paid for my college education, and it's a really amazing program. They were going to pay for my undergrad, my graduate, and my PhD, like all paid for. Wow. So I went to school for acting first, and I loved it, but I wasn't happy. So I was like, okay, next career. And then I studied teaching. I got my master's in education. And I was helping people, but something was missing. I was like, I don't love this. And the next logical step was to get a PhD, right? Like they were paying, and you had to do it. And so at the end of my teaching degree, I was faced with like kind of two roads. Am I going to pursue a PhD in this topic that I'm actually not that passionate about? Like I was very clear, if I do this, it's because they're paying for it, and it's because my parents want their daughter to be a doctor. And that's why I would be doing it.
Right.
And I felt like, and those are my two options, question mark or PhD. And I just made a really courageous decision to not do the PhD. And I was like, I'm going to figure this out because I can't spend another 4 years doing something for someone else. And that summer, I was Googling alternative careers for about it, Haley. Like I was like, I think this is it. This might be it. This might be it. This might be it. And I'm a really hands-on learner. So I got clients immediately. I like offered my Facebook, just like my Facebook friends. I said, career change. I'm taking on 5 free clients for a month to see if I like this. And I remember this, September 2nd, 2013, my first coaching session. And at the end of it, I cried. I was like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed, and I hadn't even gone to school yet. I ended up getting certified at NYU after that. But just this one session of what I thought life coaching should be, I was like, this is it. This is what I'm meant to be doing with my life. And that was 3 years ago. So I got certified in life coaching. And then I had to learn how to run a business, because at some point it dawned on me that if I wanted to do my life's work full time and get paid for it, that I was probably going to have to start a business. And my parents are entrepreneurs, but I never thought I was going to be an entrepreneur. So that was a little mindset decision that I had to make for myself. But I'm so grateful that I did.
Yeah.
Losing that election.
Yeah, it's almost like that's what put you on the path to create this whole new life for yourself. It's stuck a little bit, babe.